It has been a minute. It has certainly been a minute. I've been all over TikTok. I've been messing with that apps for a minute, and I just wanted to come on for a little while today and just share with you. And hope that each of you are doing well, that your families as well, that you are enjoying your day. Once again, it has been a minute. I have done some traveling here lately. Just returned back from Raleigh, Durham. Uh, Had a great time. Met some good brothers there. Enjoyed their company. Brother Michael, hope all is well with you. And Brother Scott, I hope all is well with you. It was fun. I enjoyed the company of brothers from Ancient Free and PHA. We came together, we fellowship, we broke bread. And I just want to say that was a moment in time in my life that I enjoyed, and I completely enjoyed the services and just the atmosphere that we was surrounded with, and the food was good, the wings was good. So definitely want to say that. And to my brothers who I was visited in New Orleans not long ago, to you, Valley of the Kings 360, and to those who came out to support when I was there, thank you. Just doing what I can, man, and enjoying masonry. I tell anybody all the time, definitely enjoy the brotherhood of Freemasonry. So with that being said, we're going to get into today's topic. Welcome everybody. It's been a minute since I've been here. I know. But just for a few minutes, I just want to bring to your attention something that I often hear amongst Freemasons. We take good men and make them better men. And I understand it. I can kind of get the logistics of it. But that to me is false. When you say you take good men and make them better men, the men's that we seek to bring into Freemasonry, the women's we seek to bring into the Order of the Eastern Star, those individuals already pretty much have their life in order. I'm going to say this again. Those whom we seek to bring into Freemasonry and to bring into the Order of the Eastern Star pretty much already have their life in order. When I say in order, that means that they're pretty settled. That means that they're economically viable to take care of their families and those things that may come. I'm talking about those individuals who want to participate in a brotherhood, a sisterhood that is truly that which it claims to be. Masonry claims to be the oldest and largest fraternity around the world. The Sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star claims to be the sisterhood that everybody wants to be a part of after you have joined the sororities on the college campus. The Order of the Eastern Star is supposed to be that sisterhood to where you come to appreciate what it is to be a lady, a woman, a mother, a daughter, a sister, and even a widow. Masonry, when you are joining that great organization, this great organization, you're supposed to be surrounded with men who are already pretty much established in their life. That is to say that you are going to set and be the example. And although that person may come in, and although they may have already gotten their life together, if they're young, they want to be around those who are already pretty well established. If the person you are bringing in is already established, he's going to add to your lodge or your chapter. They're going to bring a fundamental basis of growth, maturity, understanding, life. They're going to bring that all to you, and that's going to better your lodge. That's going to better your chapter. As a Mason, we often talk about youth, manhood, and age. If you're already into your manhood and you become a Mason, you're going to only increase the value of that lodge. That's what you're going to do. This is why we seek good men. If you're already a young man in your youth, when you come, you're going to seek to make that lodge better. This is why, as an enter apprentice, you sit in the northeast corner of the lodge. You sat there to observe the beauty. You sat there to observe and to listen. And then once you have occupied your mind with useful knowledge, then you may be able to proceed into the next degree by applying that knowledge which you have learned to proceed into the middle chambers. Now I say that because when we are investigating or when we are conversating with those who seek to become Masons or Eastern Stars, we have to do a better job. You can't take a gangster and make him a Mason. No. Don't do that to yourself. Because that gangster mentality is going to come up. You can't do it. Now, nope. I wouldn't do it. I have thought about it. I have actually thought about that, in dealing with those in the community. And actually seeing how can we shape and bring in those young men who may want someone to mentor them. I was like, nah. Mentoring, yes, but bringing them into the Masonic order, no. It's something that's something you have to want to do. It has to be in your heart. If being a Mason is not in your heart, then you're really not a Mason. I don't care if you claim to be regular or irregular or clandestine or bogus, whatever you want to call it. If it's not in your heart, you're neither. You're not a Mason, period. So on this journey, as we look into becoming a Mason, it has to be something you want to do. It has to be something you're going to dedicate your time to. Maybe 2 or 3 hours a month. A minimum of 2 to 3 hours a month. You're going to dedicate your time to Freemasonry. You're going to dedicate your time to the Order of the Eastern Star. If you don't have 2 or 3 hours a month to dedicate to this organization, you need not to even seek to become a member. I'm just saying. I say that because when individuals who do become Masons or Eastern Stars, when they do arrive on the scene, they may have the time at that particular moment. But life happens, and then they may not have the time. I get that. But I'm saying to those who don't have the time right now, and you say, I think becoming a Mason may be a great thing for me. And you're right, it may be a great thing for you. But if you don't have the time or the money, don't do it. It's going to cost you to be a Mason. That's why you must already be pre-established. You must already have a good foundation. It's going to cost you to be an Eastern Star. It is. I see people who become Masons and Eastern Stars. You look around, before you know it, they're gone. You know why they're gone? Because they couldn't afford it in the beginning. Now check this out. If you so desire, and it is in your heart that you become a Mason or an Eastern Star, and you do that, and let's just say perhaps something happens along the way. You've been in an organization less than a year, but you was dedicated to the meetings. You was dedicated to the study. You was dedicated to understanding the craft and the sisterhood. You was there. You dedicated that time. And let's just say something happens and you don't have the finances to pay your dues anymore. You don't have the means to make it to chapter meetings or lodge meeting anymore. I can understand upholding and doing what you're supposed to do for that brother or that sister because they dedicated themselves. When they was on top, they did that. Now that they're not necessarily on top anymore, I feel that it is up to the lodge and the chapter to see that their sister has transportation or can get to a meeting, to see that their sister can participate, because time is what she's have and time is what she's willing to donate. That brother has time. He's willing to donate. He may not have the money, but he has time. He may not be able to get there, but he has the money. So you have to be able to find a way to having a better understanding of those who are already there to have serviced the lodge or a chapter. I mean, for me, I'm looking to build relationships with Masons around the world. Not just here where I'm at, but around the world. I'm looking to build not only just relationships, but a bond, a true bond of the brotherhood and what it means. A lot of us come to be Masons and miss out on the opportunity of really having a better understanding of Freemasonry because we're so bogged down with other things that may come along, and you miss out on an opportunity to really have a great moment, to really build memories of Freemasonry. A lot of us don't have that luxury, you know. A lot of us don't. So we miss those moments, those opportunities. Even if a brother just calls you up on the phone just to say hi, how you doing? What do you think about this? That's a moment in time and memory that you are building with that brother, with that sister. And because Masonry is not in your heart and you just wants to be a member, you're not able to comprehend the value that that person is bringing to you. I know right now of individuals who know me, have never met me, but we communicate all the time on the phone. Whether it be by letters or whether it be, just through the medium, we communicate. And because we do that, I can clearly say that this brother, although he or she may not be as active, and they may not even be active anymore, but because of their love for Freemasonry, because of their love for the sisterhood, they are actively involved. There's a difference. There's a difference. They are actively involved. They may not be active in your lodge or in your chapter, but they are actively involved in what Masonry in the Eastern Star is supposed to be about. And I've come across quite a few, and I want to say I appreciate you. Trust me, I do. Those of you who have sent me books, hey, read this. Those of you who have sent me letter, historical things that has helped change my point of view about some things, maybe even helped shape it more, I say thank you. Thank you. You have added to me. You didn't take anything from me. You have actually added to me, and I say thank you. So when you have those opportunities to build those relationships, don't let them just go by. Don't do that. Don't do that. I would say this. You know, if I give you my word, I'm gonna try to stand on my word I give you, and if I can't complete the task, I tell you I can't complete it. I truly apologize to you. I had Doug Williams, and some of you may know Doug. He and I have a disagreement. We really do. And I don't know Doug Williams well enough to really speak ill about him or to say bad things about him. I just don't see him as a Mason because he doesn't see me as one. We're not friends because I choose not to be his friend. And I really don't. It doesn't give one way or the other. You know, that's how I see it. That's how I view it. And that's where I stand. You know, Doug can be a great person to somebody. He can be a great friend to other people. And I don't disagree with that. But he and I, nah. He and I can't, you know, at this time. No. It's not going to happen. And I'm saying it here publicly just in case he comes back or maybe come around and view this video or somebody may share it with Doug Williams. No, Douglas, it's a no-no. For me, it's a no-no. Just saying that. And so as I look into this thing we call a good man, a good Mason, what does that look like? You can agree to disagree and still be a great person. You can agree to disagree and be the best of the best amongst the Masons and Eastern Stars. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the respect that you have for the next person. If you have no respect for the next person, you just have no respect for them. It's not good or bad. You just don't respect the person. And who am I to say that you're wrong for not, you know? But as we venture into a good Mason, as we venture into it, as we look at it, what does that look like for you? What does that look like for the sister who wants to be a good sister of the Order of the Eastern Star? What does that look like? Because people have come in and said, they're not talking to me. When they don't know you. I'm a member of the Order of the Eastern Star and they're not talking to me. Introduce yourself. Get to know them. Don't be afraid to walk up to them or to the other person who you assume doesn't want to speak to you. It's okay. It's really okay. Just like some of the brothers, well, man, why he acting like that? He doesn't know you. Introduce yourself. And then once you've done that and that person still acts offish or whatever, then move on. It ain't personal. I've learned to stop taking things so personal. And when you do that, then you're going to be all right with yourself. You're going to be all right with yourself. Because to take on things that are so personal because of what he said, she don't like me, he didn't like me. You know what? That's too much of a burden to take on. It's too much. Especially if you don't respect the person. Hear me clear. If you don't respect the person, they don't like you, don't take that burden on. Don't do that to yourself. Give me a call. It was you who helped me. Oh, okay. I don't have your number. I don't think I have your number, but I tell you what, I'm going to give my number out right now. So if you want to reach out to me, because I don't think I have your number, my number is 619 I'm sorry. That number you can call me at or text me is going to be 707-858-5582. You can call or you can text me at that number. Sister Carter or Brother Carter. Yeah, just hit me up at that. I can't see your picture. But yeah, give me a call, hit me up at that number. That number again is 858-707-5582. You can hit me up at that number, or you can find me on Facebook, drop me an inbox. However, if I was able to help you, I'm great. I thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. But as we look into this thing we call a good Mason or a good sister, we really have to take a real good look in the mirror. Do you consider yourself to be a good Mason? Do you consider yourself to be a good sister? And if you do, what value is that? How do you determine the value of a good sister, a good brother? How do you determine that value? You have to. You have to look at it for what it's worth. I've met so many brothers and sisters along my travel, and I find them to be good people. Some people may say, man, I ain't messing with him. I've had brothers tell me, I don't know how you deal with him. I can't mess with him. He's never done anything to me. He's never caused me any harm or hurt. She has never done anything to me. So I can deal with them. Now, if they do cause me harm or hurt, if they do tend to want to do whatever, then I can say, I'm not messing with the person no more. It's okay. Well, I told you so. Well, yeah, you probably did. Some things a person have to learn on their own. I'm going to say that again. Some things in life a person have to learn on their own. You can tell a person about somebody else and how they treated you all day long. And the person that treated you bad may not ever treat that other person like he did you or like she did you. So that's a process. You can't put your process on me when you're trying to check someone else who's a good Mason to me or who's a good Mason to you. I can't come and tell you, hey man, I wouldn't mess with him. This is what he did to me. I can tell you to be aware. I can whisper good counsel in your ear. But other than that, that's all I have to add. That's all I have to add to that. That's really all I have to add to that. Greetings. How you doing there, Rolando, how you doing? Hope everything is well with you. And to everybody who's come on today, I appreciate you coming on. Give yourselves a shout out. Give yourselves a shout out, to your lodge, to your chapter. But as we proceed and as we begin to look at others as being a good Mason or a good Eastern Star, how are you measuring them? Are you taking the level and leveling up? Are you taking the plumb and seeing how plumb they are? Are you taking the 24-inch gauge and seeing their time? What are you doing with that? That is what you have to ask yourself in regards to that. And I believe when you have done your due diligence, okay, cool. Really all good when you've done your part. And this is what I try to do. This is what I try to exclaim and be. Period. Absolutely. And I think when we each try to lay out that foundation and make that happen for ourselves, we become better at it. We become the better man. We become the better Mason, the better Eastern Star, the better sister. When you do that for yourself, when you look in the mirror and say, hey, this guy here, he's a good Mason. He's a good Mason. Despite your flaws, I'm not talking because we all got flaws, but are you truly that good Mason? Or do you go around cutting people down all the time? He thinks he's all that. She thinks she's all that. Why did she get that position? Why did he get that position? What makes him worthy and well qualified to get the position? Why are they always calling on them to do the job? You got to ask yourself that. And if they're never asking you to do anything within the chapter, within the Blue Lodge or Grand Session, you got to find out, man, what? They're not. I'm good. I'm good at this. Offer your services. If you're good at it, offer your services. And that's what Masonry and the Order of the Eastern Star is all about. It's about service. When you are a leader, as a Mason, as an Eastern Star, you are offering your services to that chapter, to that lodge. It's voluntary. You voluntarily offered your services in the duty and respective of the office that you was elected to. When you become a member of the Masons and Eastern Star, you have voluntarily offered your services as a professional person, as a regular guy. You offering your services. How can I come into this organization, help it to be the best organization? How can I come into this chapter and help it to be the best chapter? You are offering your services, free of charge. But it's costing you to be a member. I'm just saying, you got to think about that. It costs to be a Mason. It costs to be an Eastern Star. Your foundation has to already be pretty solid to be a Mason or Eastern Star. At least it should. I'm not saying that things don't happen in life. I'm not saying that there may come some misfortune. I didn't say that. I'm just saying in the beginning, your foundation should be pretty solid. Absolutely it should. So, hold on just a second. I really hope that this message, this conversation finds each of you at your best. And please do reach out to me. If you have my old number, you can call that number too. Either way. But with that being said, I'm going to close out today. And man, I miss you guys. It's been a minute. And hopefully I can come back, be more routine, and bring in forth good and helpful information to you. And if there's something you want me to speak on or research or take a look at, please reach out to me and let me know. Until next time, peace and be well. Remember, keep your light on, stay out the bushes, and keep your head up. I'm out. God be with you. Peace and blessings.